Welcome, folks. I'm not sure how loud to have this. As far as builds, as far as demos go, the settings menu is about perfect. Got your FOV slider, which other games have had. Depth of field smoothing, camera smoothing, and head bobbing. That's good settings. Subtitles, as well as notifications. Don't know what notifications are going to be. 3 separate volume sliders. Excellent. Fully rebindable keys. Well, not fully. There are some you cannot change. But rebindable controller as well. That's not normal. You normally don't see that. And a pretty decent options menu as well, including FPS limiters, VSync, temporal upscaling. You don't see that in Unity games. Now, granted, a lot of this might just be, by default, what the Unity engine can do. But it works beautifully. In fact, if you adjust your settings and tell it to apply, it won't even have to restart the game, which is really weird. Make sure we're in English. That's actually a large number of... very large number of language settings, although the ones on the far right, they're a little hard to read, but that's mainly due to demo being demo. And so we begin with the descent into a coal mine.
Freshly armed with a journalism degree, I returned to my hometown haunted by the chilling narratives enveloping the Rockwell mine. These unsettling tales have lingered for years, their darkness casting shadows over the community. Drawing on the skills and knowledge forged in my studies, I am now poised to unravel the mysterious history that conceals the mine's secrets. As I venture into my inaugural investigation report focused on the Rockwell mine incidents, I am hoping that fortune favors my pursuit of truth.
Well, there's 4 people that have gone missing. Haunted legends. Here we go. Give that a bit more to background noise. Yep, it was a good idea to turn that mouse acceleration off. Well, the GPU is starting to take off a little bit. You'll have to forgive me. It is drawing full power. I did not expect this game to do that. Especially for it being FPS limited. It's not a bad looking game, that much is certain. Yeah, the GPU is approaching full speed, which is 80 Celsius. Let's see, what else could be causing that? There we go. Temperature's beginning to drop. No, it's still hovering right around 80 degrees. Breaking news today.
Hidden tragedy, shocking cover-up.
Hidden
Unveiled
tragedy.
abandoned
Cover-up reveals startling
Recent
truth.
revelations expose a sinister cover-up within the mine's depths, shedding light on a dark history of missing individuals, far more extensive than anticipated. Remarkably, 80% of miners were found without families, allowing their disappearances to go unnoticed. This concealment raises alarming questions about safety practices, ignored warnings, and potential negligence within the mine. As the investigation unfolds, a haunting mystery surrounds the whereabouts of these unaccounted for individuals. The public demands answers, and justice for the forgotten becomes imperative. The dark history emerging from the Rockwell mine necessitates accountability, transparency, and measures to ensure the welfare of those working in such environments. The urgency for answers underscores the need to address the cover-up, uncover the truth, and ensure justice for those who may have been forsaken.
I mean, I was gonna read it out, but I'll let you. Now, I will say there's a distinct a minor problem. I don't know if you can see it. Between very realistic, if not real photo, very well detailed, volumetric, almost real photo, and clearly in-game character model. You know, just a minor problem. Just a minor difference. That's run. That's a very short run. Curse of Greed. Huh. Unusual. Already a talk of an entity. And all because we found some gold at a mine. Granted, it's a coal mine. You wouldn't expect to find gold with coal. But who knows? By the way, an entire bar of gold like that? Ooh, that's not cheap. That is just not cheap. Okay. Maybe that'll bring the temperature down. 'Cause I know you guys can hear it. The GPU taking off. It has reached 83. That's the hottest I've ever had that. Left control to crouch. Why do I need to crouch? Why did I need to crouch? Let's turn off the upscale. Why did I need to crouch back there? There wasn't any reason for me to crouch. Was there? Bolt cutters. Well, we did need a way in. And we clearly have our way in. And we no longer have the bolt cutters. Well, in we go. Crows. Well, I can say this, running doesn't move us that much faster. That's not gonna survive that much longer. It's definitely a mine that's been around a while. You don't see that kind of woodwork in modern architecture. Plus you got the old hurricane lanterns there. That's not normal.
Headline: Haunted legends emerge from abandoned mine. In a twist of the eerie and the unexplained, the abandoned Rockwell mine has revealed a tapestry of haunted legends, shrouding its dark history in enigmatic tales and unsettling whispers. As more miners delved into the mine's passages, they found themselves immersed in a world where folklore and superstitions intertwined with reality. Stories of apparitions, ghostly voices, and unexplained phenomena had long haunted the mine's reputation. But now, the miners were experiencing these legends firsthand. The once dismissed stories of restless spirits and haunted tunnels have taken on an unsettling reality. As the investigation into the mine's haunted history continues, it's clear that the community is struggling to reconcile the legends with their newfound presence. As the boundaries between the living and the supernatural blur within the Rockwell mine, the search for answers intensifies, leaving the community to ponder the unsettling truths that may lie within this ominous place.
Well, that door's locked. There's a lot more noises it's making. And we can hear the GPU taking off again.
Headline: government shuts down Rockwell. Mine amidst growing death toll and missing miners, March 4th, 1951. In a long overdue action, the
1951.
government has made the decision to close the Rockwell mine following a series of tragic deaths and the mysterious disappearance of over 100 miners over the past few years. The question on everyone's mind: why did it take so long for this decision to be made? Was the government somehow involved, driven by greed or ulterior motives? Unfortunately, the mysteries of this mine may remain forever concealed, as the location is now off limits to the general public, with no reopening date for workers in sight. We urge anyone with information on suspicious activities to report them to the local police.
So the mine was shut down in 1951. That does explain a lot of the look of things, but those missing posters looked a lot more recent than 1950s. Oh. Oh, that's not foreboding at all. Something's inviting us in. I really don't want to know what... Do not know why we have a camera, but we do in fact have a camera. Okay. I heard something. That's likely just us. And the wind. That did not sound good.
Ten miners trapped in Rockwell Mine. Seasoned professionals face a perilous situation deep within the abandoned mine. Equipped with extensive mining experience, they descended into the Rockwell Mine for a routine day, but encountered unexpected obstacles, rendering the passageways unrecognizable. Trapped in the dark depths, communication with the miners was severed, prompting urgent response from search and rescue teams and local authorities. John Patterson, owner of Rockwell Mining Company, is tirelessly collaborating with authorities to ensure the miners' safe return, emphasizing the utmost importance of their well-being. As the mystery deepens over hours turning into days, the community anxiously awaits the miners' escape. The Rockwell Mine's unforeseen ordeal raises pressing questions about the experienced miners' return from the abandoned depths. adding to the uncertainty surrounding this challenging situation.
Well, the door has been closed. We're in here now. Not like we have any other choice. Other than to come up here. I saw that. Why do we have a camera? I am concerned. Okay, there's no hiding mechanics. Ah! Jeez Louise, sorry about that. Oh. Is that it? I sure as hell hope not. Oh. Okay. Sorry about that. That literally scared the living daylights out of me. I did say I wasn't I'm not so good at these jump scare games. Holy hell. Is that it? I hope not. Oh, if it was, holy crap. Seems pretty short, all things considered. I must say, if that's the entire demo, which it could very well be, oh my, that got me spooked. No. There's more? I can't move. Inventory is empty. But we literally cannot move. Hmm? I mean, we literally cannot move. Hmm. Okay, there's a night vision mode. Is that what's just behind the main menu? Huh. Weird.
Freshly armed with a journalism degree,
Well,
I returned to my hometown haunted by the chilling narratives
Yes.
enveloping the Rockwell mine. These unsettling
No
tales
skip.
have lingered for years. Their darkness
appears there
casting
is no
shadows
skip.
over the community. Drawing on the skills
I
and
will
knowledge
say,
forged
if
in my
that's
studies,
the entire
I am
demo,
now poised to
which I
unravel
wouldn't
the
put it past
mysterious
it,
history that conceals the mine's secrets.
that
As I
was
venture into my
sufficiently
inaugural
atmospheric to
investigation
just
report focused
completely
on the Rockwell mine incidents. I am hoping
kill
that
me.
fortune favors my
I'm sorry,
pursuit of truth.
that likely blew out everyone's ears, because I'm right into the microphone, not back like I am when I'm normally a bit louder. I was expecting something. I was not expecting it to be there. Like a lot of the horror demos we played, it's got atmosphere and looks pretty good for a for an indie self-published game. They either got some good modelers or they're using a good set of Unity assets well. And you know what? That'd be perfect. That's fine. Diary updated, yes. It's got atmosphere. This much is certain. And for a, what was it, $8? $8 game? If it can pull off that kind of scare that quickly? Oh. I don't know what to tell you. The design is really good. If it's already caused me that kind of a problem. There is no night vision mode. Huh. Interesting. I'm wondering if there's a little bit further in the demo and we died or something. Okay, the birds just spawn there. Wonder if you have to actually check the front door and see that it's locked. It is, as they say, a walking simulator, but it has definite atmosphere. Now the question is, what's the trigger to let me in? There's an owl somewhere. Well, we know the scares for certain. Door is now closed. That door we can't even try. God, the atmosphere is already getting to me again. Spooky little girl. Okay. God, that still got me. Okay, so the demo is quite literally just an overlay over a screen. Cool. That's a really short demo. But I will say, effective. And it's mostly positive on reviews on Steam. They have made other games. And looks like... And they've been updating this fairly recently, too. The voice acting, story dialogues, and the collectibles, where you find the helmets and the gold bars. And 15 more story elements. And looks like they're looking to divide some chapters up to provide shorter checkpoints. Excellent. And there's okay, so the dialogue volume slider is new. Okay. And the digital camera's new, too. Okay. Controller support was added in February. So this is a decently active set of devs. Let's look up what other games they've done. 2019 was a VR game of all things. Okay. So this is their first single player horror game. Interesting. Interesting. As far as I can tell, they've done a pretty good job. The atmosphere is absolutely perfect. Hey, how you doing?
Freshly armed
I
with a
guess we're
journalism degree, I
done.
returned to my
It's
hometown
really
haunted
short
by the
demo.
chilling narratives enveloping the
We
Rockwell
played it
mine.
through
These
twice.
unsettling tales have lingered for years. Their darkness casting shadows over the
I will
community.
say,
Drawing on the skills and knowledge
it's a short
forged in my
game.
studies,
It's about
I am now
$8
poised
from
to
what we can
unravel
tell.
the mysterious
Currently on
history
Steam.
that conceals the mine's secrets.
It's a walking
As I
simulator
venture
horror
into my
game,
inaugural
but I will say the
investigation report
atmosphere,
focused on the Rockwell mine incidents.
the atmosphere has been
Favors my pursuit of truth.
very good. I mean, the one jump scare they had in the game right here, it got me. It got me good. I mean, it got me so good. Even though I knew it was coming, it got me good. And in fact, on the second time playthroughs, we're kind of speedrunning it. It got me the second time too. I mean, my entire body just revolted. It's a brilliantly atmospheric horror game. Although it does appear to it will not shy away from jump scares. Also, the game runs, it pushes hard your hardware requirements. As you'll probably hear my GPU ramp up again. I run a 7900 XTX. My graphics card is powerful. And it pushes. Granted, I know the airflow in my case is not the best, but, you know. That's a problem I have. So, the game looks really good. The atmosphere is also really good. There are some odd things that show that it's an indie game. Like here, we have Photorealistic Man.
Patterson, an experienced miner, was last seen entering the abandoned.
And
He has never returned.
clearly not a photograph. So that's a bit of a contrast. And it's true of the other one too. You have clearly a photo of an actual miner. Clearly an actual stock photo. And
Emma Wilson, a 16-year-old
clearly not.
was last seen entering the abandoned Rockwell mine with her father.
Clearly a lower res model.
1950 at 2 p.m. The celebration took an unexpected.
So it had clear signs of it being an indie game. Which it is. But for their third game, it looks good. The smoothness at which it plays is also really good. So I'll give props to the devs. They can make an environment and put it together well. And they've been active in updating the game and adding new things. So, Granted, last update was July, but they're an indie studio. Who knows what they're working on? So, the game looks good. It sounds good. And it plays smooth enough. Although I will say, our run speed being just ever so barely faster than walk is just disconcerting. But the best thing to come out of a coal mine is the miner. So, a really short demo today? I mean, like, really short. But it does things very well. The atmosphere is perfect. I could not ask for something that doesn't look like a mine any more than this. Especially one from supposed 1950. Well, before 1950, because it was shut down in 1950. I'm actually surprised it is as intact as it seems if it's been shut down for, 75 years? It's surprisingly well intact for all things considered. But if you've ever been to any place that has any type of historical industry like this, yeah, this looks appropriate. So I suppose, having said that, an $8 indie game, an indie horror game. Yeah, I'd buy it. I'll add it to my list. Definitely worth picking up if you're into this type of horror, which generally I'm not, but the story has me intrigued enough to be, maybe. And these devs are proving to be pretty well active. I don't know anything about their previous game titles that they've released. Great, the hiccups have started. And how well they supported those, because those are both multiplayer games. So this is their first attempt into single player. And the atmosphere is oppressively accurate. So, as expected with a lot of demos, they're short. This one's shorter than I thought. We didn't even make it to, maybe 20 minutes before the demo was completed. Definitely worth keeping an eye on these devs. They very clearly have an eye for what they're going for, and they can execute it. Because even if these are, and here's the thing, we don't know if these are just Unity assets that they've bought and used, or if they made them from scratch. Regardless of which one they did, they are very clearly used appropriately and accurately. And I don't have a problem with either. The stores and those types of things exist specifically to help those who don't have the budget to hire on 30 3D modelers and 14 textures and those types of things that larger game studios can get away with. Regardless, it's all put together well. It's all appropriate. It's all well weathered and put together well. Yeah. The atmosphere is really good. So these devs definitely know what they're doing when it comes to creating an atmospheric game. And that appears to be what they're going for. So I'll keep an eye on them. They are... Let's see if we can't get... Celeritas Games. Celeritas Games. Okay, they've made a couple of interesting games. They've made several games. Mostly VR, but they've appeared to have stepped out of the VR scene. I mean, I'd say if they had started out as a VR dev, then they've most definitely then they clearly knew or learned how to create an atmosphere. And they very clearly know what they're doing. So, folks, that's the Descent demo. It's extremely short. Sorry I blew everyone's ears out when the jump scare that I knew was coming came. For some reason, it just kind of really got me. I'm particularly weak to these types of games. I knew that coming in. But it's just, it's good. It's a good demo. And in fact, if the game keeps up that level of quality and the devs continue to be involved and improve the game, because they've done that, I think there's a future for these guys. There really is. And I'm going to keep an eye on them. So, $8. If you want to pick it up on Steam, if you want to see where the story goes. Do we find the miners? It's been a long time since they went missing. They can't be alive anymore, surely. Surely not. But anyway, folks, that's gonna be where we're gonna call it. Another short stream, as expected, for demos. Sometimes they're short, sometimes they're longer. So, we'll see everyone tomorrow. I won't say 10 o'clock, because we might have to do a little bit of creative rearrangement again. Just because, again, winter's on its way. There's some battening down the hatches that have to happen around the house that might shove Resident Evil around. I'll keep it posted. I'll keep you posted. But Resident Evil Not a Heroes DLC will be happening. Either sometime on Saturday or Sunday. If it doesn't happen on Saturday, it'll happen on Sunday, 2 p.m. We know Sunday. That's the time slot for Sunday. That never changes. So, we'll see you guys then. Stay spooky.